Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And today of course is Monday, which means it is Max Monday, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. we get a featured Dynamax Pokemon appearing on all power spots around us. Now today is a very exciting one. It is Dynamax Sableye, the release of Dynamax Sableye. We've never had it before as a Dynamax Pokemon, and today it has arrived on the game. So we're going to do a few of these. They are going to be quite difficult to take down, as climbing this hill is, but we should hopefully be able to do some. Now, I've just seen Dan in the chat. Thanks very much for joining. Hopefully you had some luck with the raids that I sent yesterday. And hopefully we can do some. 15 minutes late, I know, I do apologise. A little bit late, cutting it fine really, leaving work and trying to get home and changed and washed, ready to go live at 5:45. But I do try my best, but we are not late for the Max Monday. We are heading for our first Dynamax Sableye. Now of course, as we just mentioned, Dynamax Sableye been released into the game only today, and it is available shiny. So with the shiny odds, because Dynamax Sableye has a mega, you can get Mega Sableye of course, then the shiny odds are 1 in 128. So normally with these Dynamaxes they're 1 in 512, but because Sableye has that mega, you can have a 1 in 128 odds of getting it shiny. Do it on my... Oh, no way. I traded it to my account and he approved of it. Awesome. That is a good result, nonetheless. So we have a Dynamax Sableye here. Now, I haven't done one of these today. I don't know how difficult we're going to be, if they are going to be difficult, but we're going to go in with recommended and just see what happens really. Trading a shiny Chansey Dynamax, that'll be quite a cool trade. Hopefully it goes lucky for you guys. So I'm going to jump in this first one here and see how we got on. Now, as you can see there, the particle cost is 400, the same as Chansey, and it is a tier 3. Of course, some 400 max particle ones, for example, Machop, are a tier 2, and this one is a tier 3. So in terms of counters, what I've sort of half read online is Chansey is a decent tank, or Blissey, so let's change it to Blissey. And then Gengar seems to be one of the best attackers. Now obviously more specifically the Gigantamax. So we're going to go with 1 Chansey and 2 Gengars and see what we actually end up with here today. See if we can do this first Sableye with that team. If not, we may just have to slightly readjust it. So all these Pokemon that I'm using now, these Dynamax or Gigantamax Gengars and Dynamax Chansey, or Blissey as it is, are all level 50. So I have powered them up all the way to level 50. Hopefully we can get a shiny first off the bat. That'll be awesome. So preparing a large attack, not doing much damage to Blissey. I'll switch into that energy there. So I don't use a charge move. I always avoid using a charge move, mainly because as well, if you don't know this already, the charge move, when you use it, it slows your Pokemon down. It's a longer animation to throw that charge move, and it doesn't add as much to the charge meter, if anything at all. So to charge a max meter as quickly as possible, I forgot to change out then. I do apologise. We've gone in with Dynamax Chansey. But to actually charge up a max meter as quickly as possible, you need to just keep spamming that fast move. And then when you Dynamax, unlike I did, actually switch into your attacker and let that do the most damage. So we actually missed that swap there. So if we fail on this, it's probably down to that. But Chansey's surviving the attacks pretty well. So we're quite happy with this. It's just whether, if we do get knocked out with Blissey, whether or not our Gengars will survive long against this. Now, look at that. That is absolutely incredible. A shiny Gigantamax 98 Gengar. Doing decent amount of damage, actually. Do love the Gigantamax Gengar. It looks absolutely amazing, and the animation of the move is just awesome as well. So much more damage, exactly. So we'll switch back in to Chansey. I don't think we dodged out away with that power gem. You can only dodge the moves that are being targeted to you, and you know when you're being targeted because you'll see the white little lines above your head, as you've just seen there. We did dodge that one just in time. Swapping again into Gigantamax Gengar. And there is so much damage being done now with Gigantamax Gengar. Massive upgrade on the Chansey that we accidentally went in with. Sorry, Blissey. Keep saying Chansey. Everyone knows I mean Blissey, really. So switch into this and swipe across. Should dodge that power gem. And we do get hit with a little bit of splash damage. So leftover damage. Hey Trainer Mystic, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Collect that particle there and switch back into that Gigantamax Gengar. And I never get bored of seeing this shiny Gigantamax Gengar. It is absolutely incredible. Sometimes I wish that you didn't have to Gigantamax, especially if it's a lower levels, when it's level 1. But then on these, it just looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Thanks very much for dropping in. So again, should have just dodged that power gem, but I think we're actually going to get hit by it. That's a little bit annoying. Now we have got 2 Gengars, so I wouldn't be too worried if we did get knocked out with this Chansey. 1 Gengar should see us through. And in fact, the Blissey's actually survived. So it should be a case where we are defeating it on this turn, would we say? Should be a case. Yeah, we've easily got this. So it's actually a pretty easy solo. It's probably easier than the likes of Persimmon. Persimmon was a right pain. And in terms of other level 3s, Blissey, of course, doesn't really do much damage. It's just really, really bulky, so it takes a long time to actually get defeated. No shiny. 18-18. Now, I don't know how good any of these CPs are. I don't know what the hundo is. We're just going to have to work that out as we go along and see what CPs we get and if we can get any better. Now, 18-18 is a first Sableye. Let's try and see if this actually wants to stay in the ball. 843 is a hundo. Thanks very much for that, Darkrai. I love it. I will remember that. So 8-18 isn't actually too bad as a starter. We should get better than that throughout the event. Now 8-18, 3-star. He's got 14 attack, 12 defense, and 11 HP. So it's not too bad as a first off. It's not shiny and it's not massively brilliant, but still not too bad. I'll take it as a first one. Right, so let's catch as we're going. And as you can see, the buddy of today's video is our Shundo Metagross. We're trying to best buddy that as quickly as we can without having to use Poffins. Shiny Alola Marowak and a shiny Crown Nidoqueen. That is awesome. It was, of course, the last day to get Nidoqueen yesterday, but I'm guessing you had one from the task, maybe, left over. One of the research tasks. If so, that was incredibly lucky. Yeah, that is really lucky. Well done with that. In the end, I did manage to get both Nidoqueen and Nidoking shiny. Don't know if I've uploaded the Nidoking short video that I took when I did catch it. If not, I'll upload that later. I think I may have uploaded it already. Marowak was from research. That is a pretty cool shiny though, Marowak. Especially a Alolan Marowak. He's a very, very cool Pokemon. It's probably one of the better ones that have got like an alternative form. So for instance, like Ponyta, I'm not massively keen on the Galarian Ponyta. Obviously, personal opinion, but I'm not massively keen on it. And then you've got like Galarian Zigzagoon again. I really liked it at first, but then it sort of, just because it turns shiny all the time now, because of its increased odds, it just sort of lost its appeal to me. But yeah, Marowak is just always cool. Is it just me or I crave croutons? With a weird comment. Got a really weird craving there. Get yourself some croutons. Yeah, the chat didn't show up for me the other day, so now I'm actually starting walking around with a second phone. So the chat phone is here next to me. So I'm hoping that if it doesn't appear up on my screen, then we can get it through the chat phone, which will be brilliant. Now, let's just revive everything. And we'll go with the same team. Now, I've got a couple of teams saved. That one being the useless dog. You can guess which one that was for. But let's save a team this time with what we've just gone in with. So Blissey first, then Gengar and Gengar. So Gigantamax Shiny and Gigantamax Normal. We'll save that team and we will save it as Gem Boy. There we go. Because you know, Sableye loves his gems. So we're ready up. I do love the Mega Sableye, to be fair. The way it has that huge gem that it feels obliged to protect. It does look pretty cool, to be fair. And the shiny when it goes green as well. The colour of a gem goes green, Sableye goes gold. It is such a nice shiny. And of course, if you do get a Dynamax, then you could Dynamax it for the Dynamax and Gigantamax battles if you wanted to. How useful it will be, I don't know. Or you could Mega it, and that will be even cooler as well. Shiny Metagross is pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it has had a couple of Metagross is my favourite Pokemon. That is a pretty good choice. I would say, have we had a Beldum Classic Community Day? I think we have already. Something tells me we've already had a Beldum Classic Community Day. But we could actually end up getting another one at some stage. You never know. We had quite a few for Charmander. We did a Classic Community Day and then we did like a Classic Community Day. It's dead weird. Yeah, Gengar. Make sure to save a Gengar for me. Just in case we do ever meet. You never know. Right, so we'll switch back into the Blissey, get that energy. And the energy seems to be coming around in twos as well. I'm getting an energy both sides of me at the moment, which is working in well. We'll go for the non-shiny Gigantamax this time. What was it on raids the other day? I think it was Mesprit. Mesprit, a good counter against Mesprit is Gengar. And I went in with like a weird sort of unique 6. I had a shiny Gigantamax Gengar, a Gengar with a 2021 costume, a Gengar with a 2022 costume, and a Gengar with a 2024 costume. I then went in with a normal Gengar and a Dynamax Gengar. So I had like 6 different Gengars, but we were all Gengar. And I was telling everybody I was doing a unique 6. Sort of worked. So we actually stayed in there with Gengar, and it charged the max meter really quickly. That is something Gengar is really, really useful at doing with these Dynamax and Gigantamax battles, is just how quick it actually charges that max move. You have to have a fast move, either Lick, which is a legacy move. I always teach all my Gengars Lick if I've got any elite charge TMs, the fast ones, of course, sorry, elite fast TMs. But in terms of if you haven't got any elite fast TMs, then you could always learn Shadow Claw with Gengar as a fast move. That again is a really quick move. So Shadow Claw if you haven't got any elite charge TMs, or elite fast TMs should I say, and Lick if you have. They are the best move set for Gengar, just to charge that max meter up as quickly as possible. And there we go, we've done 2. And as you can see there, we've actually had some research completed as well. And that research will be because of the Gigantamax Machamp battle weekend. So it's like going to be a lead-up research again to Gigantamax Machamp. 808, worse than the first one, annoyingly. But still over the 800. Maybe probably 2-star this time around her. So yeah, as with Dynamax weekend events, like we've had the Dynamax Suicune, the legendary Dynamaxes, and also with the Gigantamaxes, we always have like a lead-up research going into the weekend. So if we just check this research over on the events page, you can see here that we've completed that first step. And as you can see there, the Gigantamax Machamp Max Battle Day lead-up time research. Bit of a long-worded name for it, but still, you can see there. And you actually do get a Beldum encounter. That first one, collect 500 max particles, will give you a Dynamax Beldum encounter. So maybe you get a shiny one. Now, we have done 2 of these so far, and we will start heading over to our 3rd one. And we're probably going to spend 1 particle pack on it today, because we don't want to spend too much because of the Gigantamax Machamp at the weekend. Now we can earn up to 800. We've got 200. If we spend another if we buy another particle pack, that will take us to 1,000. We'll probably do another 2 from there. So that's what we'll do. Now let's see if we can find any near us. There's probably going to be some down there. So we'll do the normal route that we go on, and just do some catches along the way. And we'll put our daily adventure incense on as well, and see what we get from the daily spawns, because we haven't done that today so far. Now, of course, the event has finished. Click the wrong button. But the event has finished. The Clash Crown event that was on for around about 10 days. That is finished, along with the Rocket event. So we have got some new Rocket leader Pokemon. Some really nice ones as well. I think Sierra's got Trapinch. Arlo's got Horsey, or maybe the other way around. I always get those 2 confused. And then the best one out of a lot, in my opinion, is Cliff has got Gibble. So you can actually get shiny Shadow Gibble from now on. And with those events finishing, there's also, those have actually meant that you can't charge TM away frustration as well, which is something that's really, really nice and really good thing to do if you can remember. But with me, I actually forgot to do some, I think. Or did I actually do them all? I may have actually been efficient enough where I did them all. So I've actually surprised myself there. I've actually been efficient enough to actually charge gem away frustration on any 3-star and 4-star. I don't think I did my shiny Regirock. I managed to get one of those yesterday, which was quite nice. Awesome. So yeah, we've got a daily adventure incense on. Let's see what this brings us today. And again, if you're new to the channel or you're watching, please hit the like button on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you're on phone, you can like the video by just double tapping the screen. Really, really easy to do. And I really appreciate it if you do that. Now, of course, we went live on Friday as well for quite a momentous live video. We achieved quite a few things on Friday, including our Shadow Dialga encounter. Of course, that is what Giovanni has got this time round. And also, we managed to get our shiny Meloetta encounter, of which both of those encounters I will clip up and put as YouTube shorts. And you'll be able to see those as a YouTube short over the next few days. I'll do that and I'll put that up on my channel. But the shiny Meloetta didn't come out too bad, to be fair. I was actually quite happy with the shiny Meloetta. And the Dialga was a lot better than the Palkia we had from Giovanni a few months ago, but still not a 3-star. So definitely one to keep hold of for now, but we'll probably purify it or replace it when it comes round on raids. So yeah, my Dialga, I'll show you my Shadow Dialga, and like I say, I will put the encounter videos up on the channel as YouTube shorts over the next day or so. There you go, that's my Dialga. Of course, Hundo, when it's weather boosted, is 1500, bang on. And we got 1442, so it's not too bad. It's a 2-star. But still, could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. Do you use Snapchat? Yeah, I do use Snapchat. It's mainly just for family, that's all. Don't really like using it. It's just like it's the only way to contact family sometimes. Right, so we've got a couple of hatch and egg tasks, of which I think I've put a 2-kilometre egg on, so that should hatch very soon. We'll find out what the encounters from that task are very soon. And we've also got a trader Pokemon, which we're probably going to delete. We're not going to trade anything with anybody today, so just remove that task and get it out of the way with. Trade me a Pokemon. I wish. Unfortunately, we're not close enough, but it would be decent if that was the case, that you could do global trading. I'm sure that'll be a thing that we do add at some stage. With them adding the likes of a bottle cap and stuff like that, it may just be a matter of time when global trading comes around. Even if we do allow you to do global trading, but just for like a certain event, and every global trade is a special trade, so you can only do one a day, for example. Something like that. I'm sure they're looking into it. There's a lot of people who have made a lot of friends around the world. So I can't see why they wouldn't look into seeing how they can trade with each other. Like I say, just make it as a special trade. No matter what you're trading, whether it's legendary, mythical, or just normal Pokemon, if you're doing it through a global trade, it counts as a special trade, and therefore you can only do one a day. It's just as easy as that, surely. But we'll let them do it. I don't get paid to work out this stuff for them. So there should be, and there is, another Dynamax up here, which, like I say, we'll buy a particle pack, and we should be able to do another 2 more with that, and that will take our total for today up to 4. And we'll probably leave it at that because of the Gigantamax Machamp at a weekend. Don't want to waste too many particles on Sableye. I know it's a very nice Pokemon. I do very like the Sableye, as with all ghost types. Probably the favourite type in Pokemon is Ghost. And of course that's because of Gengar more than anything. But overall, as a Dynamax Pokemon, is Sableye going to be any worthwhile? Probably not. Probably not. So when does the remote come out? So remote Dynamax may be coming out later this week in time for Gigantamax Machamp. I would fully expect that. And I could only imagine that you'll only be able to remote into Gigantamax. You won't be able to remote into Dynamax, but that may be different, I don't know. Of course, Dynamax Legendaries may want to be remotable into those, but I don't know how they're going to go about doing it. Could you invite me? I don't know if you can invite at the moment, can you? If it comes out. Yeah, sure. Yeah, for the Gigantamax Machamp, I can definitely invite. I'll be hosting it anyway in my local community, so when the numbers of my community sort of dwindle down a little bit, I'll definitely invite later on in that event, because we'll need more people towards the end of the event. Yo, I'm back. Miguel is here as well. Thanks very much for joining, Miguel. So we're going to jump into this one. We are going to use a particle pack, as we mentioned. Shiny luck, hopefully shiny luck. Now we'll switch into Gem Boy, our saved team for this. I don't know why I'm waiting. I haven't even hit the ready button. Completely off it today. Haven't even hit the ready button. Be waiting for a whole 98 seconds there, if I didn't realise. So, Blissey, Gengar. That seems to be our team of choice for this. You're waiting to invite me. Yeah, waiting for that feature to be released so I can invite you to it. Which will come first, the Sableye or that feature being released? Big gold Gem Boy coming up. Hopefully 1 in 128. Not as higher odds as the Dynamax Chansey, of course, 1 in 64 for that. But a lot higher odds than all the other Dynamaxes that have been released so far. Normally the Dynamaxes are 1 in 512. So that's the likes of Ghastly, for example, or the likes of the starters, so Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charizard, or Charmander, should I say. All those are 1 in 512, annoyingly. But with the likes of this guy here, because he has got a Mega released on the game already, he has the Mega Shiny odds. So 1 in 128 for this guy. And maybe we can get one on the 3rd time of asking. That'll be very nice. Shiny Ghastly yesterday, my first one. That is awesome. What, a Dynamax one? Or a one in the wild? Let's see this Gigantamax Shiny. Look at that. Just absolutely epic. Love how his eyes go all black as well. So working a max meter up with Gengar, dodging that Dazzling Gleam, but still getting hit by the splash damage is very, very costly for us. But still, we'll keep Gengar in here because he should get to another charge move before. Yes, he has. Yeah, the animation for the Gigantamax does, the Dynamax Ghastly definitely looks shiny. But it is such a nice shiny. It's just a shame that Gengar doesn't get perhaps the shiny it deserves, because it only slightly changes in difference in purple. It goes to a bit of a lighter purple, doesn't it, normal Gengar? And it perhaps deserves a better shiny than that, to be fair. Perhaps deserves like an all-white shiny, the same as the Mega and the Gigantamax. That would look very, very cool on a normal Gengar. So we're switching to our normal Gigantamax Gengar, and that should finish off this battle, and we can start making a move to the next one, the fourth and final one it will be. But we've had 818 on the CP, we've had 808 on the CP. Let's see what this third Dynamax Sableye brings us. Is it going to be gold? Are we going to get a shiny Dynamax Sableye? So few in. Let's see. 7,500 XP, always nice to see. And no gold one, but 821. Best one of the evening so far. Can we get better than that on the fourth and final one? Let's see. 821 CP, that is not bad. 843, as you mentioned, was a hundo. So 821 could be worthwhile keeping, potentially, depending on the stats. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. It's missing the attack. It's got 15 defense and 11 HP. So we perhaps need to be into the 830s to be in contention of actually keeping or making use of it. Ghastly off the daily. Can never turn down a Ghastly, especially when it's on the daily. So we'll get the wild spawns as we head down here. Now we've also completed one of those challenges. And if we scroll down here, we've completed the free max particles. Win free max battles, which means we get some charge TM passes. Charge TMs, not very useful, but still. It's definitely getting to a stage where I need to put some more money on my game, I think, because with all the events that are coming up, we've got the Gigantamax Machamp at the end of May, and then June is going to be probably a costly month in June because, of course, we've got the Go Fest. Now, I'm not going any in-person Go Fest, unfortunately, but the global Go Fest is in June as well, and I'm guessing that's going to be quite a costly event, so we do have to put some more money on at some stage. I'm hoping that the web store does some good offers leading up to the Go Fest. We had a good offer on last year, if I remember, where they did the really expensive box, the one that cost us £100 here. They did that with something like 5,000 additional coins, which is pretty decent. 96 on a why not? Not a bad little hatch. Save that one. Now, hatch an egg towards the Smoliv. So perhaps not the encounter I expected from a hatch and egg quest, but still. It's a nice shiny nonetheless, if we can get a shiny one. Oh, Ducklet off that one. Who is weed whacking? Yeah, there's somebody trimming the hedge. I've just walked past. Mokihito in the wild. Now these non-event spawns, when they aren't in the events, I do miss them. But once about a day or two of not having an event, I just get sick of seeing some of them. Because, you know, what am I going to do with Whalmer? Can't really do a lot with Whalmer, can I? Yes, I did just delete a Gengar. But it was only a 0-star. Don't worry. Don't panic. So while we're heading to the next one, it's also a good time to remind you that tomorrow will be the Spotlight Hour. We'll be live again for that, 6 PM till 7 PM. Hopefully going live around about 5:45 if we can make it in time. So we can have a little bit of a build up to the Spotlight Hour starting. And Spotlight Hour tomorrow will feature Poochyena. So Poochyena, the little dog Pokemon, will be the feature of Spotlight Hour. Its shiny odds are 1 in 512, and it will have a bonus during that hour as well, which will be 2 times Evolution XP. Now, probably won't sit there and evolve loads of things tomorrow for that Evolution XP, but I may see if we can get a shiny Poochyena instead. I may focus more on catching than evolving tomorrow. So make sure to tune in for that tomorrow. So we've got a couple more Sableye down here, but we're only going to do one of them. So I'll let you choose which one we do. Will we do a one on the left, as you can see in there, or the one on the right? Which one are people wanting me to do? Left or right? This choice will probably determine if we get a shiny or not. Just saying. Right one. If we don't get a shiny, then YT Slams definitely owes me a shiny Dynamax Sableye. Pressure's on, YT Slams. This is all on you now. Our success or our failure is on your shoulders. Pressure. Yeah, so we'll head to a right one there, out of those. Another Ghastly. Loving these Ghastly spawns. I'm never going to be a moderator now. You never know. If we get a shiny Sableye, things may change. It all comes down to this. But a shiny maybe on the left. Yeah, that's a decision. That's a hard decision. Or neither of them might be shiny, or both of them might be shiny. You never know. You never know. But we've only got one chance. It's 50-50. 50-50 plus the 1 in 128 odds. It's pretty much, you know, stay right. Right, okay, we're staying right. I need to clear out some Pokemon. Let's work out what we can clear out here quite quickly. Mankeys can go. Kadabra can definitely go. Ponyta can go. Grimer can go. Ghastlies will get evolved into Haunter. Coughing can go. Chansey can stay. Centra Hoothoot can go. Natu can go. And all I'm doing is deleting the ones that I've got more than that I haven't got more than 500 candy for. Because anything over 500 candy, I'll evolve Skiploom. I'll evolve a Hoppip instead of a Skiploom. That's going to cost to evolve. That needs a buddy requirement. Not going to keep that. 509 for Slugma. Get rid of him. Puchena can stay because we're going to get some more candies from tomorrow anyway. Mockheater can go. Electrite can stay. Whelmer's just 400 candies. I'm not evolving that. Shellos, goodbye. Right, so we cleared a few spaces and now we've got a wild Dragonite. Not even from the incense, just a wild random Dragonite. That is very random. I thought at least that would be off the incense, but no. Nice incense spawn nonetheless. Very nice incense spawn. Dreepy. Why won't you let me click on a Dreepy? You won't let me click on anything. Pokemon. There we go. And it's a tiny Dreepy. Look at him. He's so tiny. Sometimes when it won't let you click on anything or it's glitching out, just click on your buddy and then run away. And it allows you to click on it. It's an extra small Dreepy. It's a 0 star, but still, he's a tiny Dreepy. That is pretty cool. I like that. Right, so we are at the Dynamax Sableye. We have enough to do one, and YT Slams has said we do a right hand side one. Now he's guaranteed me, he's told me personally, that this is going to be shiny or hundo, one or the other, or both. So YT Slam said that himself. I have, no, I don't have evidence of that, but still, I'm just making out that YT Slams has said that, which of course he hasn't, but still, we're going for the right one that he chose. So, Sableye, let's just check the Tyrant first. No shiny. Jumping in on the Sableye. So, we're going with the same team as we have done all evening. And we will just use a few potions to heal those up. Sit on this bench over here. Oh, my moderatorship is on the line. It may very well be. Right, I did it again. I've sat in the lobby waiting for people to join. This is because I spent all day yesterday doing Ghastlies with a friend and doing Regirocks and Mesprits. We were just sat there waiting for people, so hence the reason why I feel obliged to sit here and wait for the counter to actually count down. But of course, we don't have to. We can solo this, as we've proven already so far. So we are starting with a Blissey, switching over to the Gigantamax Gengar, and just trying to dodge these targeted moves, as we've just done that. My eyes are going to be closed. Tell me if it shines. Okay, will do. Will be absolutely amazing if it shines now. Gigantamax Gengar, we have gone for a shiny one first. Look at him. Never get bored of seeing him. It is absolutely awesome. I have actually got a Gigantamax Gengar as a plush toy. It's from the Pokemon Go Center. It's the official one, and it is absolutely amazing. And its mouth is big enough that you can fit your phone in, so you can perhaps put a wireless charger pad under its tongue and then charge it up on Gengar's tongue. It's actually really, really cool. So we'll switch into Blissey because of that attack that was just coming in. Attacking coming. Switching over again to get that energy. And again, Gigantamax Gengar is out. Doing its usual animation, throwing those tables and chairs at it. And we probably need a couple more of these Gigantamax attacks. Now we will just spam the charge move just to see if we can get a few more damage off. You can see there how much Gengar does actually as a normal charge attack. Still does decent amount of damage compared to the Dynamax Blissey. Now these Pokemon that I'm using as well, not only are they level 50, I've maxed some moves out on all of them. So we've all got max moves. But let's go with the Gengar again. So we'll probably need one more Dynamax to see this out. Gengar uses Shadow Ball, again doing decent damage. As soon as we see a Sableye attack though, we will have to bail and switch into our Blissey like we've done there. So that just saves our Gengar from being hit. Attacking coming, switch again, and this will be the last time. So we are Gigantamaxing for the very last time tonight with this Max Mundi, this brand new Max Mundi, which is in the release of Sableye. And are we going to get any better than the 821 that we saw previously? Or are we actually going to see our very first gold Dynamax Sableye? Let's see. So again, another 7,500. And this time we will actually leave a Gengar behind because it is our last one. It will can earn us a few extra candies. And we have left a Gigantamax Gengar behind. And no shiny. It is the worst one of the evening as well by some distance. That is terrible. That is terrible. 794. I didn't think we'd see under 800 tonight, and we have 794. That must be towards the floor of it, and it is 10, 11, 11. Of course, the floor on these is the same as a raid. It's 10, 10, 10, the floor on these. This one, 10, 10, 11. So, sorry, 10, 11, 11. So really, really bad one on that one. Now, we won't spend any more particle packs on it today, but the free particles that we get over the next few days, we will probably be hitting Sableye. So if you want me to, I can save the particles up from tomorrow and do some more Sableye during tomorrow's live stream. That might be a good idea. When we're doing Poochenna Spotlight Hour, we can also do some of the... How many particles can you claim? So you can actually claim up to, well, it says 800 a day. So when you go on your particles, if you go on the right thing, should I say, if you go onto this and go onto Power Spot here, they've changed it slightly over the weekend, but still it's the same sort of format. You can click on that and you can say, it says there you can only earn up to 800 max particles a day. Now that's actually not true. You can actually get up to 1080 each day, but you have to be clever with how you claim them, because you can get to a stage where you've earned 780 in a day, so 20 off from hitting the maximum, and then you can claim the walking ones, and that will get you an additional 300. So 1080 instead of the 800 that it says is a maximum. So you have to be quite clever with how you claim your walking ones for that. So tomorrow, if we get clever and we claim our walking ones correctly, we can actually have up to 1,200 max particles by the end of tomorrow, which means we should be able to do free Dynamax Sableye during Poochyena Spotlight Hour. So when we're live again tomorrow, we will do that. If we can find the Sableye to do, we will do free during Poochyena. So that will be a decent idea. Now, yes, I got 760 and can claim a 300, so 1060. Yeah, so that's a really, really good way of doing it. Normally you get 120 from each stop you interact with, so just making sure to claim that 300 for walking after you've got close to that 800, but don't go over 800 else you won't be able to claim it. So the Max Monday as of now is finished for us. Of course it only goes on till 7 p.m. anyway, but we have run out of particles for today, and our daily adventure incense has finished as well. So we will be finishing the live stream. Let's just check first of all if we've managed to get any hundos today while we've been walking around, and of course earlier on today when I was at work. And we didn't get any hundos today, but we did manage to purify this. There is a little YouTube short up where we purified this yesterday, and we got ourselves a hundo Regirock. Now, what I didn't show you on that YouTube short is the Shadow Shiny Regirock. So let me just show you that now, and you should be able to see that in just a moment when I type in the right thing. There we go. So we had a shiny Shadow Regirock yesterday, and of course Regirock is about during the weekends as the Shadow Raid boss during May. In June it will change. We don't know what it's going to change to yet because a new season will also start in June. Maybe something to do with the Lake Guardians, maybe Mesprit, Uxie and Azelf maybe. That would make sense as to why they've made remotable raids possible now on the Shadows, because of course Shadows didn't used to be able to be remoted into, now they can. So is that lining up for the release of Shadow, Uxie, Mesprit and Azelf? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think we've had them as a Giovanni encounter yet, so it may be a couple of months until we actually see them, but still we managed to get this shiny Shadow Regirock, and of course we are walking around Beldum Hundo. Yeah, so we managed to get a Beldum Hundo actually the other day. So Beldum Hundo here, it was actually a few days ago now, and on the 11th of May we managed to get this off a research task. So this was off a special research task, the Community Day special research task. You know those event ones that can give you the costume Pokemon as well. You can get Squirtle with a party hat. The event ones, one of those was make a friend, I think, or trade a Pokemon or something like that, and we actually ended up getting a Beldum off it, and I didn't realise it was Hundo until after the Pour Me Community Day. So really, really happy with that. Goes very nice really with the Shundo that we got as well around the same time. YT Slams is not happy with that, we got that, but still. So that is today's live stream. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's been a decent live stream. We've had a few Dynamax Sableye. We've actually realised and worked out that we can solo it quite easily now. So we'll definitely do some of those tomorrow with Poochyena. But please make sure to like this video by double tapping the screen if you're on mobile, or pressing the thumbs up if you're on the computer. Subscribe to the channel as well and turn that little notification bell on, and you'll know when we go live tomorrow. Live from 5:45 British summertime tomorrow, so that's your UK time, live from 5:45 for Poochyena Spotlight Hour. Make sure to tune in for that. Thanks very much for watching me. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.